Kids today live in a river of constant input. Center rotations, structured enrichment, and screens fill every available gap until suddenly the noise stops. We pack their schedules for good reasons. We want to keep them engaged and make sure they are always learning something. But filling every gap creates an unintended problem. A child who never experiences a truly empty moment never gets to practice figuring out their own next move. You see the symptoms when a student finishes a worksheet and instantly asks, "What do I do now?" Or when a 2-minute gap opens up and they panic, immediately reaching for a phone. Think of a child's attention as a muscle maintained only by lifting on its own. Constant external stimulation puts that muscle in a cast, causing it to soften. Strategic boredom intentionally removes this cast, forcing the internal idea generator to fire and bear its own weight. Providing these 12 minutes of silence acts as a structured workout that builds a child's capacity for independent focus. The best way to practice this is a daily routine called the 12-minute empty desk block. For 12 minutes, a student has absolutely 0 assigned tasks and 0 adult-provided activities. Framing matters here. You tell the student explicitly, "This is empty desk time. Your only job is to see what your brain does when nobody tells it what to do." This checklist shows our non-negotiable rules: no phones or screens, no assigned tasks or worksheets, and the student must stay in their seat. Eventually, a student will say, "I'm bored." At that moment, your only job is to nod and reply calmly, "I know, stay with it." Resisting the instinct to offer an activity is the precise mechanism that allows the child's own self-direction to activate. Watch this timer. In the first 4 minutes, you'll see fidgeting and restlessness. By minutes 5 through 8, discomfort burns off. The brain searches for focus. During minutes 9 through 12, self-direction appears as students begin doodling or thinking deeply. Early on, some students will get stuck in that middle search phase and freeze up. They aren't being defiant, they just need a low-structure safety net. For those moments, you provide a boredom menu. This card only includes open-ended tools with no strict rules: a blank piece of paper, a pencil, building blocks, or a window. The rule for the menu is that it stays visibly posted on the desk, but an adult can never point to it or offer it out loud. The moment you suggest an option, it becomes an assigned task. Moving through that initial discomfort without an adult-supplied rescue is how the brain learns to produce its own direction. The exercise concludes with a brief 2-minute conversation. This conversation helps the child recognize the value of what they just did. Here are the 3 questions you ask during that debrief. What did your brain do? When did it get easier? What did you end up doing? This gives them the vocabulary to recognize their own mental shift. Over a few weeks of practice, the time it takes to reach self-direction shrinks. Kids begin voluntarily choosing drawing, building, or imaginative play during other gaps in the day without being told to. As this graphic illustrates, starting this habit in August or September gives you the most leverage. For $0 and 12 minutes a day, you can reduce transition time questions for the rest of the year. Practicing the next right action in a quiet room builds the capacity for a student to eventually do the same in harder moments. A child who has practiced choosing their own direction in small doses is better equipped to make those same choices when an adult isn't there to guide them. Providing a child with 12 minutes of nothing today builds the internal strength they will need to navigate the unstructured challenges of tomorrow.